You know, I've been making reviews of different video games for a quite long time now, so today I want to create some kind of compilation of my works and create top 5 of two-dimensional platformers, because I also play them, but unfortunately I hadn't created any reviews for such games yet. So let's start. You know, for the last 5 years I played only in 5 different platformers, so choice is not too difficult for me. I give the 5th place to Misadventures of PB at the bottom. It is a time puzzle like Braid, but it is not about timing. It is about creating multiple clones of you, which make all the dirty job. First of all, I like this game because of style. All these parodies on 20th century British poets, black and white cinema, total art decostalization, and a lot of different things which together create a feeling that you are not playing a video game, but you are watching some kind of cinema, a black and white cinema of the beginning of 20th century, and that is great because no other games except of Limbo maybe, but I've never played it, can offer to you. What's about gameplay itself? I can't say anything positive or negative about it. It is a mixture of a platformer and puzzle, and because of puzzle I put this game only on 5th place. Because these puzzles are interesting only in beginning of the game. By the end they, in my opinion, become too boring and complicated. A good puzzle is always great, but in platformer they simply slow the game down, do not allow us to keep playing the platformer itself, not the puzzle. 4th place I give to game with quite weird name, though it is not as weird as previous one, and yet it moves. Now I will explain why. You know, this game gives you feel that you are not playing in platformer, but you are under some kind of camps, but you are high. There are no absolute floor or walls or ceiling, there are just obstacles that you can flip over and walk around them. You know that is not quite possible in real world, but here everything is okay because even the world itself consists of different small pieces of photographs. Even enemies that you meet during your journey in this platformer are not usual. For example, you can meet a monkey which needs a banana, otherwise it will just consume you, or a rat with horn which you can ride on to break obstacles on your way again, and music which is composed of different noises. Exactly noises, because it doesn't use anything like synthesizer or musical instruments, it's just random noises. It is just as far from ordinary logic as you from the stars. That's why I like this game. But unfortunately, except this style and this flip-over gameplay, this game doesn't give anything else. It is not complicated, I would rather say that it is too easy. If I had such ideas in my head, I would create a significantly bigger game which would require some grey matter to solve it. So, and yet it moves is a good platformer, one of the best ones, but there are still better ones. For example, platformer to which I give 3rd place, a game with also strange name. I will call it 6V for short. Actually, it tells us a story of a wrecked spaceship and its crew, but it is nothing more than a start to begin a parody on all 8-bit or even 4-bit platformers. I must admit that I've never played any of them when they were just released. The first platformer I played, it was, well, I don't remember its name, but I played it on Sega Mega Drive, a 16-bit console. So suppose that this game, which uses only 2 colors simultaneously, it actually can deliver us a feeling that we are still in those 80s, but we have never seen anything better than these damn platformer games. But computer games need nothing more than pixelated 2-color graphics to make you admire it. And this quite minimalistic way actually works, even after those Half-Life 2 games or Crysis, which had simply astonishing graphics for their own time. You really feel yourself like the happiest man in the world when you complete this damn small two-colored room or something like that. 6v has just the perfect difficulty. It does not stop you falling in any room, but makes you think for a while to make your way through another set of platforms or just flying wards. Yeah, in this game, a lie can be fatal. It is really difficult to describe what you feel when you play it, but believe me, this game is worth your time. I've been thinking for a long time, deciding what game deserves second or first place. So finally, I think that second place will go to Braid, a platformer with a strong plot. The only one, I suppose. When you look at this game for the first time, you think, but it is some kind of cartoon, what can I find in this game anyway? But the more you play it, the more interesting things you discover inside it. For example, the base of the gameplay, the time travel. It is not just a gear in the gameplay mechanism, it is the main idea of the plot. What would I do if I had a chance to fix my mistakes in the past? The more you play this game, the more life ideas it gives to you. For example, at the beginning of the game, main hero simply thinks that life is against him, but he can do nothing to make his life go on properly. All the time he discovers that exactly he himself was the reason why everything happened exactly like it happened. And finally, I'm sorry, but I'll be talking spoilers right now. That the princess herself, who you were rescuing during the whole game, she simply didn't want to be rescued. She was running away from the main hero. He was the aggressor here, and you know it is really is always difficult in real life to understand what is really going on right now. And the Braid is the only game which tries to tell the player the idea of itself. If you see that your life is turning into ruins, please just stay still and try to look on your situation from different point, because in this case you will understand why everything has happened just like that. That's why I've placed Braid on the second place. No other games can talk with a player like a man with man, or a human with human, I don't care. All the obstacles in your path in the Braid, they all have their own special meaning. I don't know any other games which can give you such deep, strong emotions like Braid gives you. No. I do know one another game to which I give the first place, it's Super Meat Boy. And there is only one reason why I placed it on the first place. I love Super Meat Boy as much as I hate it. And maybe I hate it even more than I love it. Because sometimes when you just start level and see it, you think that it is just impossible to complete it. But then you try to complete it. Even if you fail 100 times, you keep trying and trying and trying, and finally you complete it. You start jumping around the room, crying, I made it, I completed. But these emotions remain with you only until you load your next level. When you load it, you think again. It is goddamn impossible to make it. It is not impossible to jump exactly under this angle, not by another one. Those chainsaws, they simply do not allow me to jump like that. I simply cannot run away from those missiles. Sometimes you even start thinking that if I fail this level again, I simply will delete the whole game. But no, you simply cannot delete it. It just captures your mind. You cannot do anything, but you keep trying, you maintain trying. You die 100, 500, 1000 times on the same level, on the same spot. But you still love this game. I cannot describe what exactly do you feel. I can only recommend you to finally install this game on your personal computer or the game console and try this game out. You need to share at least 5 hours to check it out, because if you don't die on a cell level 50 or 100 times, you simply won't understand what is it to play a Super Meat Boy. And that's why I think that this platformer is the best up to date.